is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist, and we'd like to welcome back to the show Kelly Osbourne. Kelly, good to see you, Kelly.
It's good to see you, too.
Kelly is, I've noticed a maturity about Kelly that seems to, it's very becoming. Mm-hmm. Yes, it fits you well.
Thank you.
Yes, and also her ass has gotten smaller and her rack has gotten bigger. And I don't mean that with any disrespect. I mean that in a good way. But I mean that's
because I'm growing up.
That's a fantastic.
It's very weird.
It's a good direction to head.
It's only happened in the past 3 months.
Really?
I went from having an A-B boob to having a C-D boob, and it's very weird.
Right.
Everyone keeps asking if I've gone on the pill, and I'm like, no.
No, it's a heaving bosom now, which is nice. The new CD is called Changes. It is out. It kind of has a Warhol vibe to the front of it. Am I right when I say that? Or
yeah.
It kind of did David Bowie inspire you at all?
No, I'm a big Warhol fan.
Oh, you're a big Warhol fan.
Yeah.
And what the hell happened to him? When did he die? I guess we'll be one of these guys where we can't figure out if he died 4 years ago or 14 years ago.
He died,
really?
a
that
year
long
after
ago?
I was...
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Wow, that is interesting. I would have said 4 years ago.
No, if you were to, I would have said 8 years.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, would have never said coming on 20 years ago.
Wow.
Well, his legend endures. Kelly's going to embark on a European tour starting pretty soon. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
It's very hard for me to go to Europe because it's so far away, and I'm one of these people that just hates being by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're alone in the country that doesn't speak English and you're in such a different time frame, so when I wake up, everyone else that I speak to is asleep.
Right. So
I have no one to talk to. I can't talk to the people from there because they don't speak English, and I'm stuck in a hotel room.
Well, can you bring people with you?
Well, for example, I wanted to bring my best friend with me in the summer, but it is the most expensive thing.
Oh, yeah.
It costs so much money to take someone with you on tour.
Yeah, splurge a little. Or put them to work. Get them a roadie or something.
I know my best friend usually comes with me wherever I go, but she's on tour with another band right now, so she can't come.
I was thinking about Kelly saying how she, when you get old, as you get older, by the way, you get more and more okay with being alone. And then eventually you learn to hate other people, and then they hate you.
I think that's true, but it's
at 19, it's hard. I couldn't stand being alone.
It's like you're
when I
sat
was
there and you're
19.
you can't watch TV because the only thing that's on the TV is in a different language, and you can't make anything of it.
Yeah, I don't mean even for those small percentage of our listeners who are not going to embark on a European tour, who are 17, 18, 19, early 20s. I just remember being that age and could not be alone.
Right.
It would freak me out. Once in a while, a Friday night would roll along where no plans were laid.
Bad time.
And it'd be 10:45, and you just start frantically picking up the phone. What are we doing? What come over here?
See, that's not the type of thing.
You don't not that way?
No, that doesn't bug me.
It doesn't.
No, because I have in America, I have 3 other close friends. You know?
Can you spend a weekend alone?
I can, yeah.
You don't mind that?
No, because I'll just sleep and that doesn't bug me. But knowing that I can pick up the phone and just go meet up with them is fine.
Right.
But knowing that you can't kills me.
And
it's the worst.
How's mom and dad doing?
They're really, really, really good.
Mom's show's doing good.
Mom loves her show, and so
they did did you see Saturday Night Live last week?
She was telling me about it, and she told me that she laughed so hard she nearly peed herself.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it wasn't really bad, but they did a send up on the show, and it was funny. All right, well, good. Everything's good. We'll hear something off the CD. Actually, we'll hear a few things off of the CD, and we'll take to the phones. Let's talk to.
You want to talk about the Ritter thing you just saw?
Oh yeah, I'm wearing a suit. I just was at the John Ritter.
Very smart.
Thank you. Wait till I start making my fart joke.
He actually looks like the Undertaker.
Yes, thank you. Well, Drew, that is horrible taste. I was at the John Ritter Memorial tonight, who John Ritter and I were not best friends, but we did do a pilot together in Florida some years ago that I completely forgot about, and flew out there with him and spent a lot of time with him, and then just talked to him every once in a while ever since then. But a great spirit and a great warm guy, and I sat there and I thought everyone just got up there, just person after person, and said that John made people feel good about themselves, and he was such an engaging spirit, and he really had this way of making you feel like you were the star whenever he spoke to you and all this, and I thought, I'm going to change my ways.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
Seconds later, I was in my car riding the horn, yelling obscenities at some guy who was in front of me. But,
Nice try, though.
Yeah, it was a nice try.
Nice thought.
It would last for like 9 minutes.
I'm sort of surprised. It's a breakthrough.
Yeah, well, John
Sustained
Ritter.
behavioral change, but
I'll tell you, just you know, there's a lot of celebrities, and everyone's whenever somebody dies, someone says nice things about them. Actually, here's how you know a guy.
Because they're not exactly going to go to a funeral and be like, "Oh, I'm glad this guy's dead. He sucked."
Right.
You know.
Right. Even if you were the world's worst guy, they'll do this. This is how you know the guy was the world's worst guy. They'll go like, well, Drew's Drew, and I'm me, and John was John. I'll tell you that. He was John. But there was another side to him that people didn't know. Like, anytime everyone keeps hitting that, there was a side to him that people didn't know, that meant the side that we did know was an a-hole.
Right.
But Ritter was the real McCoy with that. I mean, everybody kissed his ass. Obviously, it's his memorial. But it was all the same tune. Just the warmest, friendliest, nicest guy in the world.
I'm sure everyone in the audience felt precisely the same way, which is what...
Yes. And look at me. I'm not a big fan of everybody. He's a great guy. Natalie?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Before I start, I have to tell Adam, I absolutely adore you.
Thanks.
Comedic genius.
Whatever.
Thanks, Natalie. Now, what's up?
Seriously, I love the sarcasm.
Thank you. Now, ask your
You
question.
just wait till it's directed at you, and I don't think you'll love it so much.
No, I know. I'm prepared. I've braced myself.
All right, here we go.
So, good evening, Kelly.
Good evening to you, too.
I don't have cable, but my cousin loves the show.
Aww.
Really?
I mean, she goes to Ozfest every year. She has posters all over her room. When I tell her that I said hi to you, she's going to be so jealous.
20-year-old without cable. I didn't know that existed in nature.
Yeah, not in the United States.
Well,
don't we have government
I don't have
programs for
cable
people who
at
don't
my
have cable?
apartment either.
You don't?
You have satellite.
You have satellite.
Mm-mm.
Well, I don't want.
I'm too lazy to get it yet. It's not that I care about paying for it or not. I just haven't got it yet.
Well, Natalie, what's your question?
My question is, I'm calling regarding something that you guys had said, I believe it was last week, about how some people say rape is a violent crime and not a sexual crime.
Yes.
And
most people do.
Yeah.
Well, it's become the common wisdom.
The politically correct.
The prevailing politically correct wisdom.
I took a sociology/psychology class in high school, and that's what our teacher said, that it was a violent crime and not a sexual crime. But the point I wanted to make is that I read an article that had some statistics that said the incidence of rape is higher between June and August than any other time during the year. And if you look at what people wear during those periods, I mean, it's summer, they're not wearing very much.
Well, did you hear Adam?
Well, it's raping season,
But there's a difference. I mean, if you cannot wear a lot, but you're still covering up parts of your body that needs to be covered up.
Yeah, I got the vitals.
It's different if you walk around with like half your butt hanging out and like a quarter of a nipple, and that will,
if
you know,
you're dressing like one of the Hilton sisters, that's a different situation. Now, hey, Natalie. All right, so is this hypotheses that you're putting together yourself?
Yes. It's just an observance. Also, the way people used to dress, like in the 50s and 40s.
Yeah.
And how much more.
If your theory were correct, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro should have the highest rape incidence.
That's
in the world.
right. They all dress like prostitutes
clothes.
over there. Yes.
Do they really in Rio?
Oh yeah. Women just wear glitter. That's all they wear over there. They wear pasties and glitter, and they like samba.
But do you want to know? I've been like looking. There are kids that are like 8 years old that wear clothes that I would not wear. You know?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what you do. I mean, Drew, you got a girl. She's got to be wanting to keep up with the Joneses.
I met Drew's kids, and I didn't get that vibe of them at all.
Yeah.
True? Nah? Didn't
She likes the craziness on the internet, the IM stuff, but she doesn't like to dress
that way.
well. No.
See, I just don't get it. Like, there are kids and they're wearing like tiny, tiny, tiny miniskirts that are like belts and tiny shirts that barely cover what boobs they have, and it's just like it's gross. And I don't understand how. And like platform high shoes, like I don't understand how like parents would let their kids walk out like that, because I wouldn't.
I saw Drew's son wearing just one of those banana hammock thong things. I think he had some socks
You got a
rolled
problem
up
with
in
that?
there. I just, hey, you're the parent. I'm an atheist.
But tell Kelly your theory about violent versus sexual crime.
Oh, Drew, I don't want to.
It's a good one.
I just don't want to get into this. I've just been talking about it enough. But here's the thing: the women. I'm wondering who the women are dressing for. I mean, guys.
Being a woman,
I think they're
I dress
competing
for
against
myself. I don't dress for anyone
that's
else.
right.
And one another.
That's right, and one another.
I don't dress to compete with any other girl because I don't know any other girls that dress like me.
All right, but
that's a form of competition in and of itself, isn't it?
I don't
be
think so,
distinct.
because I have a very different sense of style to most people that I know. And I don't think about, well, if I wear this, will any other girl have this? Or if I wear this, am I going to look good? I wear what I like, and that's it.
All right, but let's talk about your average 13-year-old in America now. Is she dressing to entice men, or is she dressing to piss off her dad, or is she dressing to compete against women?
Most women or little girls that I see, they dress the way that everyone else dresses so they can get by and not have anyone say, you look stupid in that.
And there is a whole thing about being popular and being cool.
Yeah.
And all
They
that.
dress whatever they can wear.
There's a social order that they're trying to establish.
I'm just saying.
If the cool girl wears something, everyone else wears it because they don't want to be that one that people make fun of.
Well, I'm telling you, guys don't need it. We like it, but we don't need it. We can tell what you look like in sweatpants.
No, my
we got a
my
good vibe
sons
for that.
are bewildered by all this stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah?
They call it stupid. They go, what? Like,
Smooth. We'll give them another 8-10 months.
Yeah.
They'll be on the internet being bewildered with one hand. Corey,
Yeah,
you're 16?
sure.
Sure.
All right.
all right, that's him.
Corey's going to have to stay on hold for a little while because I don't like his little snot-nosed attitude. There's nothing worse than a snotty teen
I hate
male.
that when they're like when they ask you a question, like, sure, whatever. Like, they're calling to get help. They should at least, like, shut up and be nice.
Well, they behave like we called them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try. Hey, Corey?
Yeah.
Sorry we got off on the wrong foot, buddy. I'm going to put him back on hold for a long time. Robin,
Yeah.
you're 25?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay, I have a boyfriend that I've been going out with for 2 years, and when I met him, I didn't know that his past had been as traumatic as it had been, and come to find out through the relationship that he was a heavy drug user for most of his life, for about 15 years, and he has gotten over that and was 2 years sober off of heroin, and then alcohol was another issue that he had, and he's now in a rehab for an incident that me and him had. And I guess my question is that he's been in this rehab for 6 months, and he's going to be getting out, and we're supposed to start a life. And at 25, I need to know if it's possible for somebody to change. If he can.
It's definitely possible.
It is.
But unless you're doing a codependency recovery program, you're going to pull him back to the old direction.
But
Unless
that's
you
go on.
unless you change substantively too, either this relationship will not survive, or you will cause him to relapse.
You can't sit there. I mean, something that I know because I grew up in a family where members of my family are in the program. You also have to change too. I mean, you can't sit there and talk about the same things that you always talk about and do the same things that you always talk about. I mean, you have to change too. And have you been to therapy with him? Like,
I go. They have these stupid Tuesday meetings that really don't.
I don't really think that's stupid.
Oh,
I mean,
sounds like it's going to work out.
If you want it to work, it's got a lot to do with you too, because he's made the steps to change his life for the better. You have to also change a little bit too.
Yeah, 6 months. 6 months is a good crack at, excuse the expression, at doing well. That's really gets things off the ground nicely. A structured, intensive program.
Even though we come from completely opposite sides of the spectrum as far as family. Like, I have a very close-knit, happy family, and he has a very destructive, broken apart family.
That's
and,
probably what led him to start doing drugs in the first place.
right. No, definitely. I understand
If
that.
your family were as healthy as you suggest, you wouldn't be clinging to this, or you wouldn't be so reluctant to change. You got to go. You have to get a sponsor in Al-Anon. You have to work a program yourself. And I'm telling you, if you actually want to help him and you do want to commit yourself to this relationship, it is essential that you do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to be then it will not change. He will not change. You will drag him back, or the relationship will not survive.
And I'm not doing the things like I used to. I used to do things to appease him because I was afraid of upsetting him. So
All right. Well, listen. Hold on. Are you in the program, or are you still getting high?
Me? No. No, I've never had a problem with any of them.
Yeah, but you can say you've never had a problem, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to come home drunk or stoned one night when you're with him. And that, to be honest with you, sucks for him to see you like that, you know?
I don't like drinking, though. I don't drink.
All right, good. Then look, would you just get in the program? I mean, not the program for your own recovery, but for his recovery?
Mm-hmm.
Just do what Drew told you to do about an hour ago, would you?
I guarantee you that's what they told you.
Hey, he's up there.
Oh, man. Honey, you're nutty. What's up with you? You're batty. Yes.
No, not.
Yes.
Yeah, you are. Because here's the other thing. You're trying to work out like guarantees on this relationship. He's from the wrong side of the tracks. You're from a good family. Do we think it's going to work? Like we have some wheel, some slide rule we can work it all out with. If he's going to stay sober and you're going to aid in his sobriety, then it has a chance to work out.
I can tell you, having talked to you for not 4 minutes, unless you change, this is not going to work.
I know. And is it just because she's calling wanting to know what's wrong with him, or what is it? What was wrong with her? Because we both felt that, everyone felt that, Kelly felt that.
She repeatedly, first of all, she was demeaning his program and was barely willing to participate on a nominal level.
That's what I think is horrible.
And when you put it on her, any responsibility for the relationship, she's unwilling to take it. It's all about him.
Right.
And when
it's
people
not all about him. He's done everything he can to make himself a well person and make sure that the relationship with her works. Now it's up to her to do something. You can't just sit there and blame everything on him because he has the disease.
I got a feeling once
that's like saying you just threw up. I don't want to clean it up. Go do it yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's like you got to help them.
Once he's sober, he may not like her so much.
Yeah.
I'm sober. I don't like her. I need a drink.
Me too.
I need a shot. Kelly and I need a shot to deal with Robin. All right, let's hear a song from Kelly Osbourne. How about that?
Perfect.
This is what are we playing here?
Changes.
Oh, it's written in
pink
highlighter. Yeah. It's off the new CD, Changes, and this is a duet with Dad Ozzy, and this is called Changes.
I'm feeling happy. I am so sad. I lost the best friend that I ever had. She is my baby. took so long to realize, and I can still hear his last goodbye.
Now all my days are filled with fears. Wish I could go back and change the years.
Wow. That was nice. Sorry, Drew and I had to argue the entire.
But it was arguing over nothing. You just argue for the sake of arguing. He didn't even want to argue
That's a
with
guy
you.
thing.
But we
That's a
do.
guy thing.
Guys do argue
Yes.
for the sake
But
of
that was
arguing.
more all about you. You just wanted to prove your point.
I did. Okay. Here's. Okay. We'll just be very quick.
go to
Turns out to love that song sounded great. By the way.
Thank you.
Changes name of the CD, name of the song. Okay, I've asked Drew. Drew has been conducting a survey on this show for a year, maybe a little more, and he hands out these survey forms to all the guests. It's 2 pages. It takes 20 minutes to fill
no,
out.
it doesn't. It takes 5 minutes to
You
fill
you don't
out.
know the people that come on this show, though. I mean, we got a lot of guys who are pretty high, and a lot of guys in bands, and rappers, things like that. It takes them a little bit. It takes them a little bit to fill it out. It's not something where you go, hey, this is going to take 20 minutes to fill out. But ultimately, if you average the whole thing out, it would take 18 and a half minutes, most are guests. But I say to Drew, please don't tell them they can't do it on the air because people,
Why?
and you were good about it. Well, you're smarter, again, than most LoveLine guests.
Because they start doing the thing and they don't pay attention
They get a
to the
little
show.
bit lost and they're reading the question and filling the thing out, and they're sort of flipping it around and fumbling and sort of they're occupied with the test that Drew's asked them to fill out when there's plenty of time to fill it out during the course of the 2 hours we're going to be
This
here
is
with
more
the
about
commercial
you, though.
break.
It's more because they're not paying attention to you that it bugs you.
It might sound that way. It might
It's
sound
almost
that way.
that. What it is that he can't accept that other people don't see the world the way he sees it.
Right.
That the world isn't
the right
registering
way.
the same
right way. And that's why
Listen,
I want you to wear these
but you're
uniforms. No, let me finish. So I say to Drew, this happened a couple of times. I said, Drew, make sure, have the people fill out the survey, but make sure and tell them to not do it on the air.
Even
Just
if he
do
would
it
have told
during
me
the
not to, I
commercial.
still would have done it.
Okay, but he would have been off the hook.
Yeah, I didn't. That was my fault. That was where I
So
absolutely.
I say, Drew, just tell him to do that. And then it happened 5 more times over the course of the next 2 months. And I would get more and more angry and say, Drew, and then we would start coming back from commercial and stuff, and I would see people buried in their homework, as it were. And then I would get angry at Drew by saying, Drew, tell them not to do it. And he would say, hey.
I would get more angry at the person that's doing it.
Well, the problem is A, they're celebrities,
They're
B,
guests.
they're high.
They're guests.
Who
C,
cares if they're celebrities?
They're
It doesn't matter. You can
we're
tell them to
but
stop.
Drew is asking
Yeah,
something
they're doing a
from
favor,
them.
yeah.
It's not their fault. It's not part of
No,
the
it's my
criteria of
fault for
doing the show.
Not coaching.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
That is my fault.
It happened once again, and then the argument runs deeper than this. But we have to go to break.
But that's not the problem.
No, the problem
I have to pee.
was
too.
is we're all going to pee.
We're going to show you where too.
But the problem is Kelly was filling it out during the.
Hey, but my argument with you is that was
Yes.
I not paying attention and putting my 2 cents in when someone was asking a question?
You were present, but it's a percentage thing. You could have had 25% of your attention
yeah,
turned
but even
to
if
this.
I had 25%, you don't let anyone else speak anyway.
How dare you? And how? If I don't let anyone else speak, how did you get that phrase out? Aha! You see? How do people know, Kelly?
'Cause we're
thinks
having
I
an
don't let
argument.
anyone
I knew this
speak.
would bear fruit.
All right. Speaking
Well,
of
I got to pee.
Speaking of barren fruit, let's go hit the commode. Kelly Osbourne here. Change his name of the CD. I'm going to continue yelling. Drew will be back after this.
is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist, although I wouldn't let him touch me. Kelly Osbourne in studio tonight, who's, I think Kelly has a love affair with Drew because of...
Really? Just because she had no defense here?
Well, Drew, you've been there for the Osbourne family over the months and years. I know Mrs. Osbourne is a big fan of yours. Is your mother not a big fan of Dr.
But
Drew?
I think she's a big fan of yours, too.
Oh,
See?
she's good people. Has she had you on her show yet, Drew?
I did her second or third pre-show.
Like a test show.
Test show, yeah.
Oh, but not good enough. Well, once the B-list guests start
Then I'll get the call.
sloughing off, then the phone will start ringing over at Adam and Drew's place. Don't worry. But then once we're on, that's it.
coming
It'll be
back.
Fridays with Ace and Drew. We're very popular. Kelly's got the CD out, changes. We'll hear something else off of that before the night is through. Kelly, are you dating? Are you seeing anybody?
I'm dating.
You are?
Yeah.
Nobody special?
I wouldn't say that.
He's special.
Of course, anyone who I date's got to be special in some way.
Sure.
I'm not the average girl.
No, they got to have that certain je ne sais quoi, yeah? Yeah.
I've had a few.
Mm-hmm. Few
well,
duds.
one in particular.
Yeah.
Not too good, but
Yeah, Bad
Hey,
time,
guys.
Bert. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dusted off some old tapes. Can I play a little like memory lane for Kelly?
Yeah. Play
Sure.
some memory lane. Yeah.
Hi.
First of all, I just want to say that I love Kelly Osbourne, and second, I want to say that I am in love with Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, isn't young love great, Drew? Oh, Bert been smoking a little weed?
Just a little.
No.
He hasn't.
He has
There's
that.
no
He has
weed in
that.
Alabama, man.
Has that weed laugh. That's what we were cluing into.
Yeah.
No. I'm in Alabama. There's no weed here.
All right. Yeah, Lord
He's
knows
so
you tried.
foolish. I
Yeah.
won't say it.
That's the horrible, hateful Bert, yes?
Do you know what?
Yes.
I can't honestly say whether I can. He may have loved me, but he's just a person that loves himself way much more.
Wow.
He said some things to you that you would never say to someone that you even liked.
Well,
He said horrible
when he
things
broke
to you?
up with me
Yes.
on Valentine's
On
Day.
Valentine's Day.
I know. He said,
Do you want me to have him killed?
No.
I'll snap that kid like kindling. I will.
He said, people don't take me seriously because I date you. My music means more to me than anything.
He said this about him.
And
Absolutely.
all I want to do is rock. And I wanted to laugh when he said that, but it was like in between tears, so it was like I didn't understand.
Those weren't the horrible things he said.
And were you in love when he said that? I mean, at that time?
He is the only person I've ever been in love with.
Oh,
But
brutal.
that sucks because I have such a jaded perception of guys now.
Well, how long ago did this happen? Was
Well,
this the last Valentine's Day?
About
So,
Valentine's Day, yeah.
in about 8 months or so?
Healthy. Keep that jaded perspective.
I got like a serious black heart now.
But,
no.
But you know what? Your
When it
parents,
comes to
your
stuff like
parents
that.
are so in love. I mean, your parents have been together for so long and they're so in love. I mean, that had to have rubbed off. I mean,
Well,
it's
Yeah,
still
but-
better
but
than being
this-
a product of a
It's very
broken
different.
family.
The thing is,
She was
though-
expecting that and then got smashed.
Yeah,
Right.
could you imagine everything's fine one day and it's all, oh, I love you, and
in love with Kelly Osbourne.
you know,
that
and it's
bastard.
the only person hands down that I can truly I've loved people, but I've never been in love before, and I really was in love with him, and it's still very hard for me to see him because
True. Yes.
he truly broke my heart and
Oh.
really hurt me.
It is.
And I
it's
don't, you know,
brutal.
it's weird because I mean everyone has their reasons for what they do, but I think it was more like I'm a kind of hard person to date, you know.
Yeah.
But
You're blaming yourself for how
no,
he treated you?
no, I'm a hard person to date because it's like I'm a celebrity, you know, and also. He's not a nice person in that way.
I think
He really isn't.
That's probably
Sums it up.
that's what we should focus on.
He's not a nice person. Now he's very selfish. He'd rather have sex with 5 girls a day and then use them for what he wants,
Well,
then leave them,
look, let's
than
not
actually
judge.
make
Let's
the
not
effort
judge.
in
Yes.
make the effort in having
Right.
that one person that you call every day, and that's just not the kind of person that he is.
You may need to learn to figure out who those guys are that are what you're looking for, as opposed to the guys that aren't like that.
No, I know.
They
It's
don't-
hard
they
though,
aren't the
because
same guy.
You can't help who you fall in love with, though.
Oh, yes, you
Yeah,
can.
No, you can't.
Well, but you can not follow.
They can show one person to you, and then as soon as like you're together, it completely changed, and that's how it
True.
was with him.
True. When I fell in love with Linda Carter in 1978,
You never got over that.
oh, I'm still
Yeah, I know.
not.
It takes, you know what?
All right, I had
like
a
as much
goofy
as I
thought,
sit
yes.
here and try and say like I'm over it. There's certain things that I am over it, but then why does it hurt every time that I see
Well,
him?
he burst the idealized bubble you had of who he was, and one of the reasons I think perceive you as more mature is you're much more connected to reality. You see him
And
for who
could you
he truly
imagine
is.
like trying to call someone and being like, I don't understand why you don't want to be with me, and getting no explanation,
Yeah.
getting no
isn't
anything,
one.
and then having him avoid you and then never call you, and then call you
Drunk.
maybe 2 months later to tell you that he'd slept with a Japanese person in Japan and that he still loved me, wanted to be my friend, but didn't ever want to talk to me again. And then it was just like weird. Like
Why do you leave the Japanese person in there?
So he's just abusing her.
Kelly, let me float an idea, and I just want you to listen for a second, and don't judge and don't rush to any conclusions. Drew has 2 sons. Okay, now just listen. They're 11.
Yep.
Yes, and we think of Kelly Osbourne. Well, it's Kelly Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne's only 19 years old.
I know. When they're 19, she'll be only 26, 27.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
These are good.
No.
First off, look at the stock here. Good. He's good looking. He's dumb as a stump, but he's a good looking kid.
do you know
look
what
at this,
it is?
right here.
It's like
Nature or nurture.
I'm one
These
of
are
those
great
girls
kids.
that like the bad boys, if you know what I mean.
These kids, one of them's bad. One of them's bad.
I'm gonna make him that
he's
way.
Like
I am-
Damien. I've
I'm
seen
not
the look in
into
this kid's eye.
Little boys, I'd rather be with someone a lot older than me.
Someone like myself?
No,
perhaps?
absolutely
Oh,
not.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I don't know what to do. I've offered Drew's sons. Wow. That's it. I've scoured
But
the
you
globe.
know, I think that I'm too mature for my own good in so many ways.
Yeah.
That when it goes to comes to like the dating department.
How about a regular guy? How about you?
I'm dating a regular.
Oh, you
guy.
regular guy?
Yeah.
He's not a record exec.
No.
He's just
Not
a
a musician?
regular. Is he in the business at all?
He
Oops.
roadies for a band Bleeding Through sometimes, but usually he just works at the Pull Frank store in his mall. He's a really cute guy.
There you go.
Works at the mall.
I like that.
And he's a regular guy. How old is he?
21.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. That's
Blessing.
good. Now, is there... But you're 19. You grow up in a lot of chaos. You have a sort of fast-paced life. Do you feel that the chaos is missing from this relationship? The intrigue, the
No.
edge, the danger?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
He's a nice, fun guy.
Good. All right. Well, get over Bert and...
I'm over. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
obvious. No, I mean, the hurt is still there.
The hurt is still there,
Right.
but I don't want anything to do with him.
Good.
I'm
Smart.
in love with Kelly Osbourne.
All right.
Can you please stop
Please
playing
burn that tape, would you? And listen, close your eyes and picture Bert, Drew. Could
In
you
that
picture a
moment?
gentleman like this ever doing anything like
Do you
that?
remember when he was on your show
Yep.
last time?
Delight.
He had me waiting in the car to pick him up because he wouldn't let me come in because he didn't want to show to any of his band that he was like hanging out with me. And he drove me. Now, I drove him to my best friend's birthday party, and he ruined the birthday, stood there and made out with someone in front of me, and I wanted to just die.
Oh, Bert. Bert is so wrong.
I wanted to die, and then he just said, "Get over me."
Drew, maybe you can set your daughter up with Bert in a few years. Maybe that's what I was thinking about. No?
No.
No. You'd have him killed, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do you
No,
remember when
I'd
he was
kill
trying to
myself.
say
Oh.
magnificent?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Bert?
embarrassing.
Yeah, well, all right.
Women are magnificent creatures, or whatever he said.
Listen, you made a mistake. You got
It was a
past
big
it.
But you know, I
You're
don't think
stronger
of it
than
as
you
a
were.
mistake.
Yes, you've
Good.
learned.
Perfect.
You've learned.
Because it really, I did learn a lot, and I believe that everyone does need to get their heart broken to become a human being.
How many showers would it take to get Bert off you? Do you know what I mean?
Sort of a hypothetical.
I know. We'll have to ask Mr. Al.
Yeah.
Oh, that stinking Bert. Monet? What is that?
Monet?
You're 14? I know there is a Monet name, though.
Is
I know.
there?
Yeah. I
Is
think
it
I knew
Moyet,
someone named...
You would think of ETTE, but you never know with our...
yeah.
Go to 5, I guess.
All right. Let's talk to Melina.
Melina.
Melena. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell your name?
Melina.
All right.
Okay.
You sound sad.
That's Melina.
No, I guess, tired.
All right. What's up? Calling from Mississippi?
Yeah.
Who knew? What is your question, Milena?
Okay, my boyfriend really, really, really wants me to try anal sex.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that just
By the way, the Melina it's still Melina, but in Mississippi, it's Milena.
Milena.
See?
Yeah, but if we were from somewhere other than Mississippi,
How old is she? 14?
I'm 19.
19.
She's
No,
19.
19. I was like, wow.
Which is
19 over here.
That's
19.
way too old for not having anal in Mississippi. That's considered an old maid. in
Do you know
Mississippi.
why?
Average age, 9.
When you're with someone like, I really want to do that. If you don't want to do it, don't let them pressure you into doing that. Because I know somebody, I kind of knew somebody that her boyfriend, they pressured her into doing that, and she was really small, and he'd ripped her butthole, and she was in hospital for a week.
Really?
That's
Like, it's
exactly what
horrible,
I'm afraid
but
of.
still
It's
a
like
feather in his
sensitive
cap,
area down there.
no
It's really
kidding.
not.
I've been saying that. I've been saying it.
I don't really think that.
I
Yeah.
told him, I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this because it just
If you're
sounds
not gay, don't do
painful.
it. You know?
He
If you're not
told me
gay,
so.
game.
Yeah, a gay man.
It
I mean,
kinda-
that's
Yeah.
their way of doing it.
No,
but
they don't
do
do
it.
that very
That's
often.
their way of showing love.
They don't
At
do
least
that.
there's
Gay men
that
don't do that
other
very often.
areas
Mostly they
of
do
the
mutual oral.
relationship, though. I don't know.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Kelly's wait.
Hold on, Milena.
Milena.
Again, I don't know where you get the. It's Melina. But anyway,
You know what? I just don't think that's just not. To me, that's not like an in area. It's exit only.
That's
what
right.
I was thinking.
I don't
but
even
he-
use it for an exit. I crap out my
He says
mouth.
that he's been with girls
That's my thing.
that really liked it.
Hold on.
though.
I got something
Do you
coming.
know what? I'm sure there are some girls that really like it, but I wouldn't even go there if I were you.
True,
I
it's
was
a little
just
poo humor.
thinking, would I get anything out of this? He says I would. But
Yeah, so one-way trip to the morgue.
Some girls do, but most don't.
Yeah, most don't.
Well, see,
it's gross.
I've never.
Okay, but hold on. Just hold on. Quiet down for a second. There's many things I haven't done, and there's many things we all haven't done, but we can sort of imagine, like when someone says,
Have you ever done it to a girl in the butt?
yes, but it's disgusting. Drew, I'll let you smell me later because I still haven't showered. And it's
But
been,
the thing
it's been
is,
a number
though,
of years.
it
No,
is a
here's what I'm
disgusting
saying.
thing, I
Here's what I'm
think.
saying. I've never been windsurfing, but I could imagine I would like it. You know what I mean? But then I've never eaten monkey brain, and I could imagine I wouldn't like it. And this, I've never been cornholed. I can imagine that I wouldn't like it. I believe you can sort of feel like
Yeah.
I've never been windsurfing, but I can feel what it would feel like. You know what I mean?
You can
You get-
imagine
you get-
it. And
yes.
I do agree with you
So,
on that.
Milena, that's how you figure out what you want to do and what you want to eat. You just close your eyes and picture it, and if you go, nah, you put a puss on, then don't do it.
There you go.
And by the way, trust it. If you decide, man,
I think
this isn't
we've decided
for me,
that is
fine.
a rule for anything that goes in.
Yeah.
Mouth, whatever.
Right. Let me ask a quick hypothetical before we go to break, just to open expand everyone's mind here. What really has been different than what you thought it would feel like? You know, there's all those things like I remember, what does a boob feel like? When I was like 28, I remember thinking, when I was like 13, 14, it's like, what does a boob feel like? And then I felt a boob and I went, yep, that's about what I thought it would feel like. It's that way for 99% of the things that are in this
Do you know
world.
what's like that for me? I know this is really weird, but shrimp, when you eat shrimp, I never expected it
Shrimp surprised
to
you?
be like that. Yeah.
For me, it was king crab. Drew, you got seafood? Prawns?
Trout.
Oh,
Ew,
shut
you
up.
hit trout.
He doesn't think we're talking about eating seafood. He still thinks we're talking about sex. That's his euphemism for going down on a nurse. All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break. Kelly Osbourne in the studio tonight. Change his name of the CD. We'll hear something off it in the 11 o'clock hour, and we'll be right back after this.
LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine. LoveLine.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Kelly Osbourne here tonight. Changes name of the CD. We'll hear something else off it. Drew and I were having a fascinating, we stopped arguing about 10 minutes ago, and now we've moved into a realm of...
I know you were in a very, very intellectual conversation that
Yes.
I kind of kept out of because I didn't know what you were talking about.
Well, I've been thinking...
A dangerous thing, I might add.
Okay, a couple of things. They just did this experiment just I just heard about a couple days ago where they hooked electrodes up to a monkey's brain.
Mm-hmm.
They ran, and they've been doing this for a lot of years, but they now ran the cord from the electrodes to a robotic arm. And for the first time, the monkey was controlling the arm.
With its thoughts, basically.
With its thoughts. With its brain. It's great for people that are, handicapped or quadriplegic or something and don't have use of their arms or don't have use of their legs. One day we'll put some chip in their brain and they'll control mechanical arms and they'll rule the world. Probably end up getting more tail than me. But here's the point. I said to Drew, and we were talking about this before we went to break, which is everything is sort of a feeling. Like you can feel what it would be like to windsurf, even if you've never windsurfed. And I can clearly feel what it would feel like. You can feel what things would taste like sometimes, too, and that sort of thing. And then I said...
I guess it's more of you can imagine. You can't feel it.
Yeah, well, you can imagine the feeling, I guess, is what you can do. I know...
Imagine the experience.
If I ever got up on a windsurf board, when I got off it, I would say, this is exactly what I thought it would be. I could still enjoy it, but I have the suspicion it would be exactly what I thought it would be.
Like all human beings have this obsession with being able to fly.
Yes.
You know? But they can feel what it would feel like, and that's probably... They can imagine what it feels like, so that's probably why it's so intriguing to them.
I told Drew during the break that... he could ride a unicycle. I can ride a unicycle. He could ride it if I could make him feel what it was supposed to feel like.
If I inject your experience into my brain.
Yeah, he doesn't need any more muscles or anything any different. He just needs what my brain in his head, and he could ride the unicycle. And then I said, do you think in the future we'll be able to download these things? Meaning, if Drew could play the piano and I couldn't play the piano, is there any way to get that knowledge downloaded into my brain so that my fingers would play a sonata? And Drew said, in the future.
I said the experience could be done.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
I think, I believe maybe the experience, but I think it's more than the knowledge. It has to do with rhythm. It has to do with... if you have a piano playing hands, it's so much.
Well, Drew said, what about muscle memory? And I said, but what is muscle memory? I mean, that's your brain remembering what to tell your muscle to do.
I guess it's dancers have muscle memory.
I was saying the development. You really have to develop the independent function of the different things.
Well, let's just say you could
piano
type.
Because there's like the
cord
upper keys
thing,
and the lower keys.
Anyway.
It's like a whole different...
I'm not saying you'd
commercial.
be with the Philharmonic. I'm just saying we might be in a place one day where information and or experiences and abilities to some
You're
degree...
sounding like Bill Gates now.
It's crazy, but I might be able to download Spanish into your brain.
Maybe.
Ooh, that'd be good times, right?
If you spoke Spanish, yes.
I'm optimistic about the future. I don't know about you two naysayers. I look forward to it. You
I just
understand?
look forward to tomorrow. It's like whatever.
I want to download some goddamn Spanish into my brain so I can get some guys at my house to work. All right, that's my plan. All right, let's take one call. So we said we did it. Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We talked
Corey.
to Corey about an hour ago, and we didn't like his attitude. Let's see if it's changed.
There you go.
It's changed.
Okay, you're 16. What's up?
Pretty recently, I was fooling around with a girl, and when I started to go down on her, she almost immediately pushed me away, complaining of a ticklish clip.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of confused as what to do about it. I'm not sure if the feeling was too intense or what.
Yes,
when I
it's
asked
too
her
intense.
when I asked her about it, she just kind of got pretty defensive about it, kind of put up a wall, and we haven't really discussed it since.
Well, no one really wants to talk about like the embarrassing things. I don't think she really wants to sit there and talk about her clip with you.
Yes.
Right.
And part of it could be a physical sensation, and part of it is how old is she?
17.
Yeah.
17. She's young. I mean, she could
You're
be
an
a little...
older woman.
Part of it could be Corey.
She could be a little ashamed.
Could be Corey
you may have
diving.
like a whoopee tongue or something. You may have one of those tongues that comes out like a party favor, makes a noise, and then rolls back.
It's also cliff divers in Acapulco.
I think it's different for guys. Like guys love it if a girl will give them head, like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's way different for girls. It's more of a serious thing. And it's more like your face is in my vagina. It's like it's different.
Yes, it is.
It's really different. It's like you get like more. I think girls
more intimate.
It's more of like a serious thing. I know a lot of girls that will have sex with a guy any day over letting them go down on them because it's more of like that's what they do with people who they really like.
God bless them, by the way. And also, I do believe if it's a young person, there could be nerves at work here, too. It couldn't just be purely a ticklish reaction.
Sometimes, though, women that are multi-orgasmic through intercourse have this experience more also.
Yep. That's why it's never happened to me. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Kelly Osbourne in studio tonight. Here's something off the Changes CD after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Kelly Osbourne is our guest tonight. Changes is the name of the appropriately named CD because Kelly's gone through some changes herself. It's more
I adore
mature,
that
Kelly.
girl that you're sitting there with.
Oh,
Can you
please.
please stop
burn
playing that?
Please. She's a more mature woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's
It
seasoned.
like makes me want to cry every time you play that.
I'm sorry.
It's horrible.
I'm sorry. I'm
I'm a really strong believer in never saying something you don't mean.
Yeah, well,
You know?
get used to it with the love stuff, sweetie.
With the guys.
I know, but Drew, how many times you're a thinking man, but you've said you were in love with a few people that you're not married
It's
to
different.
now.
Like, can I tell you something?
I meant it at
like,
the time.
Yes. Yeah, I want to get in her pants. He
like
meant it.
Rob Aston, I told him I love him because I do love him, you know, and we dated. But there's a difference because I wasn't like in love with him. With Bert, I was in love with him.
Yeah,
you know?
but you said you were in love, and Bert may have said he was in love, but he was in love, but not in love, and so he has the same excuse you have with Rob. Uh-oh.
Listen to what he just said. That wasn't like a
Okay. I
whatever.
vowed never to play it again on the air, but one more time, Anderson.
I adore that girl that you're sitting there with.
See, I don't believe him. I hear emptiness when he says stuff like that.
He's an empty person.
Yeah.
I call him a liar.
Do you know what it is? He's a very selfish person that when you think to him, oh, he just loves himself. But he doesn't even love himself, so therefore he's incapable of loving anyone else.
Well, he may be like me, who's in love with the notion of being in love.
He's not even with that.
Yes.
You know, he's one of those. He's a very jaded person.
Mhm.
He's very, very jaded, and I think he's had a very rough, hard life.
Yeah.
So he takes it out on everyone else and everyone around him.
He takes it out on everyone around him with his personal hygiene as well. It's not just an attitudinal
I don't
thing.
think he's just one of those people that looks like he smells. He really doesn't smell.
All right. I say where there's smell, there's fire.
I think Quinn smells much worse than him.
Who's Quinn?
The guitar player in the used.
Oh, really?
Like sometimes when you walk past his bunk, I'd want to throw up because it's so disgusting.
You can always find someone that smells worse than somebody else, but it doesn't mean that person smells good.
It also doesn't mean the guy that smells worse isn't bathing consistently.
Yeah.
He may just have the funk.
Yeah. Aaron?
Aaron?
Hello?
There you are.
Yes, you're 16.
Yeah. First, I wanted to say, Adam, you're one of the funniest people ever.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And Dr. Drew, I wanted to know how much your book costed.
I think it depends where you get it. I think it's $17 on Amazon. I think $24 out in the retail stores.
I just got this note. It's down to $3.
Maybe by now. Yes.
They're looking to move, and it looks like it's heading down.
What's that, Anderson?
But
doesn't sound like Aaron can read, though.
Oh,
Aaron, can you read?
That's mean.
That is mean. So go out and get Drew's book and read it.
Okay. That's what I was going to do.
Can you read without using your finger? Because I can't do that.
Sometimes.
Okay. I lose my place. I keep starting again at the same place.
Sure.
All right. So what's your question, Aaron?
I wanted to know if it was bad if I eat my girlfriend out when she's on her period.
That's disgusting.
Oh, two things. Two things.
Yeah.
I swear I heard a smoke alarm in the distance there.
No, we don't have the smoke alarms over there by the computer, and the battery's not low at all.
Not low. All right. Plus, they use a canary. They don't actually
Secondly-
have the smoke alarm.
Yeah,
If the canary dies, that means that there's carbon monoxide in the air.
Secondly,
Our
Aaron,
cats are smoke alarm.
no girlfriend to go down.
Do you have a girlfriend, Aaron?
Do you realize that's like egg and blood, and that's disgusting?
Oh, wait a minute. I thought I just heard the smoke detector.
See?
All right, now hold on. Let's try to time this thing. Aaron?
Yeah.
Don't move from where you are. That thing went off at about 53, Drew. So if our calculations are correct, it should be chirping again about 25 or so. Now we can't hear him, though.
Aaron?
Yeah. It could be my cell phone because my girlfriend was trying to call too.
No.
I put my cell phone close to the phone and it makes a beeping noise. What, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like you're in the lab. Now quiet.
Jacob's ladder in the background.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not...
lose the sound.
Yeah, I don't know. Drew, how does it work when we announce that we... And maybe this is only... We're like pigeons, and this is only... We're superstitious. But it sounds like whenever we announce, hey, we have to hear what's going on in the background, the sound goes out of the call.
I really think it's when we stop speaking and listen. It goes out.
Never done that before. All right, so you saying that it's blood and egg? Is that egg? What is that coming out of?
That's what it is. It's an egg,
Well, it's
isn't
a
it?
cell. Yes, it's a cell.
But it's disgusting. Like
It's
not
lining your uterus.
you not being a girl, like you don't know what it looks like. It is disgusting. And if you want that in your mouth,
Well, but it's not pouring out, you know. It's,
I know, but still, it's like there, and he's gonna get it in his mouth.
not
he's gonna be
necessarily.
licking
I
it.
mean, he could.
Drew, you've pulled the plug a few times, yes?
Yeah, I know. I mean, if she's wearing a tampon,
They keep
then
the tampon in
that's
there.
still kind of gross. But I mean, that's okay. But if there's like no tampon in there, and you're just like,
How about they start doing tampons for...
but why do you have
Yes.
to do it? Why can't you
For
just
sex?
wait until it's
Yeah,
over?
like with the string, it's like a honey Dijon flavor. You know what I mean? Give a guy a little something when he's down there. Yeah, guys like that.
But my
Ranch,
thing is, are you
ranch
that
flavor.
desperate to like eat pussy? Can you not just wait until like it's over
Yeah.
to do that?
I think I could win that contest more than any guy. Like, how long can you hold out from eating a girl out? 200 years. How long do you got? 500 years. Don't eat that girl out. It'd be a competition. And we just
But
wait
you know
and
what I
die.
mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad to have sex while people are on their period. Like I know a lot of people who do that.
That's
Sure.
more messy, right?
It can be.
Yeah, but still, it's not in your mouth. You can
That's
take a
true.
shower and it's gone. Like you're eating that. It's
That's
gross.
true. You are ingesting it. Aaron?
No, first I got a paper towel and wet it, and I wiped it clean.
Okay, buddy.
You wiped what clean?
No. That's his. He's
wiped her
imagining
clean.
that's what he did.
Aaron, you don't have a girlfriend, do you?
Yeah, really, you.
Okay.
You, she could call if you want.
I
She
can call her.
can call her? Yeah, you know what? I get a feeling it'd be Aaron going, hello. Yes, Aaron does a very nice job on me when it's that time of the month.
He uses a wet nap.
He uses a wet nap, and he's very gentle and thorough. He's good, and he's big. He's hung like a paint can down there. Oh, yes. Shall I put him back on? Hello? That's Aaron's girlfriend. All right, Aaron. Okay. Something's going on
The
with
phone, yeah.
Aaron's phone.
No good.
And I did think I heard a smoke alarm.
I did too. I kept hearing that. That's very weird.
All right. Now, see, Kelly doesn't have that problem at her home because her smoke detectors are all hardwired. They don't take the battery.
No.
Yeah, that's white trash, those batteries.
That's not true. They still do that
Hardwiring.
too.
No.
Even though they're hardwire, like hardwires have batteries in too,
No.
and sometimes they'll just beep when you need to redo the battery, and it's so annoying.
Wait a minute. How does it's hardwired? Shouldn't need a battery.
Maybe
backup battery.
Maybe they're hardwired.
All right. But Kelly, you're not up on a ladder fixing that. You got
No, I get the broomstick and knock it off the ceiling.
smart. Ashley,
Yeah.
Stomp on it.
you're 20.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay. Recently, about a month ago, I found out that I have HPV, human papillomavirus. Drew, you know.
What's that?
That's the warts.
Yes. Well, there are certain strands that are warts. I'm sure Dr. Drew
Sounds like
has a
someone's
lot
last
more.
name. My name's Mike Papalova. It's like,
And so what's your question?
My question is, I actually okay.
Just so Ashley, papilloma means wart.
Right. But there, I've done some research.
that makes you really want to
this.
say I have warts on my
And
vagina.
well, the thing is that I don't have those symptoms. The symptoms I
Right.
have when I got my Pap smear are the irregular. First, it was irregular cellular changes about 6 months ago, and when it was about 8 months ago. And then when I went in for my repap for them to recheck me, suddenly the irregular cellular changes had morphed into what they called lumps on my cervix. So
Those are warts.
Yes, They are, but they're.
See, she doesn't want to say she has warts on her
Even if they
vagina.
wart.
She's like using an extensive vocabulary when she could just save it and say, I have warts on my vagina.
Anyway, what's the question?
My question is, there are external warts that are a symptom of HPV, but since I'm not experiencing those symptoms, could I pass on those symptoms to my boyfriend?
Absolutely.
Okay, because he got tested, I got tested before we had sex. We ended up both, when I go through a certain agency that they call you if they found anything irregular, and they hadn't called me, and so I thought that I was okay with my test.
Whoa, Ashley, wait a minute.
Yes.
You have the warts potentially forever, and definitely for the next 3 to 5 years. Whether you have abnormal cells, whether you have visible warts, that virus is there and contagious.
Right, and I didn't know that until after I had sex with my boyfriend.
All right. Well, there you go. Now he has it too.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Well, maybe.
So what I'm asking is,
I just hear you have the warts.
I think it's
that's all.
pretty impossible for him to have sex with her and not get it.
Now I think you have warts. Who else wants to go for
I
warts?
do not have warts.
Engineer Chris, you want to pipe up? I'll give you warts too, brother. I didn't think
Adam,
so.
I can pass on the warts to you. Do you want me to pass the warts to you, Adam? You better watch out.
If you can do it via blowjob, yes.
Well, my question is, Drew, is this particular...
Oh my gosh, it's Drew.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, I want to talk to her.
How dare her?
No, she's like, my question is for you, Drew.
Cursing me with warts and then singling you out.
But I love the way she refused it. And I had bumps in my cervix. Because she didn't want to say, I have warts on my vagina. So she talked all this jargon and like all this medical talk.
And I didn't want to... It said some forms of papilloma or warts.
Do you notice how many times she had pap smear too?
Anyway, Ashley, so what is the question?
Kelly hates you more than me.
What's the question?
My question is would he, if he doesn't have symptoms and I'm not showing external symptoms, could he have it? Because we can't.
Yes.
You can't find out if he has it.
Yes, he has it. Yes, he has it.
He could have it.
He has it.
Drew,
he should assume he has it.
Drew, remember when you bet me $100?
Yeah, but we don't know that you've been with somebody who had the virus. We know she
told me that everyone had warts.
50%.
Yeah, 50%, way too high. But
50% of people have warts?
Of sexually active and
Drew doesn't know. No,
it's about 50%.
He's lying. Okay, but Drew, this Drew has warts. But Drew was telling me that I had warts, and we made a bet, $100.
Suspicious. There was. Go ahead.
Poured acid on my pepe.
Acetic acid on his penis.
And hit it with a black light to see if there's anything. Nothing. Brand new.
We saw some suspicious lesions.
No, you saw nothing.
Suspicious.
Is that how you see them? They don't actually raise? Like you just pour...
You pour acetic acid and you have to show
no, if you had warts, most of the time they would raise. But if you're trying to settle a $100 bet, and that's like $1 million to you for Drew.
Are they like the same kind of warts that are on your finger?
They look sometimes
about the same.
Yeah,
but they're on like...
Yeah.
That's so disgusting.
Sometimes they're little tiny ones. They're different sort of appearances.
Yeah. Be careful when you're on the road.
But that's the type
baby.
of thing that like people...
Everyone in Europe has them.
What do you think I am? Like I'm not going to go around and be like, hey, you look cute, and I come in my dressing room. Like I'm not a boy in a band. I didn't do that.
I'm just playing, just trying to impart a little knowledge before you go to Europe. That's all.
I'm fully aware. Thank you.
All right. If you want me to go along.
And the Europeans are uncut, so I don't go there.
Good.
More higher incidence of wart virus with the uncut.
Yeah, but she's not going there.
I don't go there with the uncuts.
Smooth.
It's gross.
Jonathan, but your
England.
family,
You're raised in England.
Family's
My
European.
brother is cut. It's like...
Aha.
I think it's because my mother is Jewish. I don't know. And my mother thinks it's cleaner. My dad's cut. My mom says my dad's cut. It's like a thing that, like, it's a clean thing. Guys have to get their thing cut.
You should do PSAs.
Really, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Less HPV, less HIV.
Yep. Plenty of bracelet
Public
material.
service announcement.
Yeah, it would be.
Jonathan?
You can make rings. And
yeah, sure. Yeah. Jonathan, you're 16.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Well, number one, I would like to say, Kelly, you are the coolest. I wish you were my own sister.
Oh, thank you. You're cute.
Yes, you're a cool girl. And Adam, you're a sarcastic ass, but it's what makes you you.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Well, my question is...
You're gay.
Go ahead. Drew, let him finish before you cast judgment. Go ahead.
Oh, by the way, I loved your Father Adam Carolla piece on Carson's bash. Anyhow.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, speaking of that Carson's bashing, did you see what Maya did? Did you see everyone's face in the audience when she was like giving him a lap dance?
Yes.
It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen because you could tell she was like, I'm doing this so people look at me. But everyone was like, what the hell is she doing?
Yes, Maya was giving very
she's
seductive
gone
lap
from
dance.
being like the sweetest, quiet, like cute girl to like being like, look at me, I want to have sex with anything with a penis.
Well, she's trying to sell product, you know. You wouldn't stoop to that level, though, Kelly. That's what I like about you. Your class and you're wartless. That's what I like about you. All right, Jonathan, what's your question?
Anyhow, my question is, I recently had an experience with a male. He's my step-cousin by marriage.
You're gay.
And
True, we get it. Keep going.
well, okay, the question
Step-cousin by marriage.
Mhm.
Interesting way of
I
Yeah.
I have, up until this point, had been completely involved with girls and never had any experience with a guy ever.
That doesn't mean anything.
I've been very happy with girls.
You've been happy, yeah. How old was this guy?
He's 17.
Whose idea was it?
It was his. He instigated it, and I mean...
Are you a metrosexual?
Am I a what?
A metrosexual. Do you look like a girl but like girls?
No.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Hey, well,
I'm getting more super male stuff. Extra male.
You've gotten, okay, so you're like a dude in prison.
Right.
Well, I don't know about that either. Okay, so he makes the move on you.
Right.
It doesn't matter who made the move. You still did it. It's not like you were willing to do it.
Yeah, I know, but it helps when we're trying to sort of solve this crime, you know?
It's not a crime.
No, it is against God. But
How?
not well, he hates that.
No,
he really
he's
does.
not.
It makes him rich. Yes, it does.
No.
It's true.
That's stupid.
Don't worry. He'll sort us all out and he'll punish those. And the
How is it
righteous like
punishable?
myself. Believe me, God will punish.
No,
He does that. Oh, he's a vengeful God.
That's
yes,
stupid.
He is.
Take it back.
Okay. But he invented hepatitis and AIDS. He did all these things, Drew. Why would
I
he do
think
that?
the government invented AIDS.
Okay. All right, well, the government is God. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, God gave the government.
God gave the government the test tubes to invent AIDS. Jonathan.
What's up?
Okay, so you had, what did you do with the guy? Oral sex?
Yeah, oral and anal.
Ooh.
And,
Did you give or receive?
Bogus call.
Yeah, now it's bogus.
call.
Now it's bogus.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't
you
believe
go
you.
ahead and think it's bogus. Anyhow.
Yep, we do.
But go ahead.
That's
Go ahead.
exactly what we're going to do.
Go ahead.
Well, okay.
I have a question. Did you give or receive?
Well, anal sex is not something you do casually first time out of the block. Gee, I don't know if I'm gay or not.
Well, I know
That
it was a really extremely weird experience, and
Don't take this as offense, but you sound gay.
I was slightly reluctant in the beginning, and I'll be honest, it was weird. I mean,
Of course it's weird. You have someone's dick in your butt. Like, come on.
Anyhow.
God bless
It's
Kelly.
true.
So I guess you guys have answered my question, which was,
No, we haven't
does
answered
that
yet.
make me gay? So, all right, well, I guess...
No,
You
it doesn't.
sound gay.
Well, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it.
It doesn't.
No, but
he
what do you
was
want me to
a
do?
fan.
Lie? Like, no, that doesn't make you gay. You had a penis in your ass.
Well,
like,
listen, as Adam mentioned,
Gotta help.
guys in prison do that kind of thing and are not gay.
Well, what side of the penis were you on?
that's what I keep asking. Did you give or receive?
I gave.
You gave. See, that makes you super straight.
I'm a homosexual.
No, do you want to know something? I don't think you know what you are.
You know,
And if you have to ask,
Except
then
being a bogus caller.
Yeah, except for it's bogus. We don't buy it, Jonathan. It's not holding together at all. It's missing
How old
major
are you?
vital components.
I am 16.
Yeah. All right. We're labeling this as bogus.
And if you want to answer the question, a hypothetical, no, it doesn't render you gay. Just to,
it means
the
you
experience.
experimented. But
It's
I
highly
think he
suspicious.
sounds gay.
He
I think-
sounds gay, but it's suspicious that a 16-year-old would have a very spirited gay experience that he was into.
But you
and
know what
not
I
be
love?
gay.
Like, he calls up, and what am I going to do, lie to him? And I tell him the truth. He's like, well, thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. It was bogus.
It was bogus, yeah.
And also, here's how you know you're not gay. Gay guys don't make bogus calls. Think about that. Chicks and gays. Well, because gays are kind of like chicks. They don't make bogus calls. They don't have the bogus F with gene in them. You know what I mean? They torment each other, but they don't do it over the phone. Kelly Osbourne is in studio tonight. We're going to hear something. Too late to hear something off the new CD?
So, I'm sorry, I thought you were going to break.
Oh, don't worry about it. I know it sounded like I was going to break, but I'm going to break and hear a Kelly Osbourne song. Another one off the CD, known as Changes. And this one is called...
On the Run. I hope they chose a live one.
Oh, it's live?
It's live,
Where
yeah.
did you record it?
I don't know, on the last tour I did of America.
Oh, good. All right. This is On the Run live.
love those
live from Budokan.
Yeah. Concert for Bangladesh.
It's weird because I always talked about like doing live stuff because the album doesn't give my songs justice. I think it's quite crap the way that they recorded the songs.
On this one or the last one?
No, on the last album. It's basically the same album. It's just got live stuff in the song I did with my dad.
Right.
And it's so poppy, and I don't really like the type of music that's on it. But when they're live, it's so different, you know?
Well, it's good that you could capture that and put it on the CD.
So they recorded every single show, and they chose the best ones. And I was bummed because I wasn't allowed to go back in and fix my mistakes. Like, no, it's live. You can't do that.
Oh, really? Because I know a lot of live albums, they do.
So can I tell you something? You want to hear a little secret?
Yes.
Whenever they do live Ozfest stuff, like the bands, most of the bands request that they have the audience louder for them. And it's so cheesy.
Oh, you mean so they heat
turn
up the
up
audience?
the volume for the audience.
Right.
A lot of the bands do that, and I just think that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah. What bands?
I can't remember. Let me think.
Oh, how democratic of you.
During the break, we'll think about it.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. Kelly Osbourne, the new and improved. Kelly Osbourne in studio tonight. Change his name of the CD. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready.
XM Saddle.
Music cues, I sues on views, I cues on views on cues at my cues, my kizzer, IZ, my kizzer. It's all.
Yeah.
I'm actually very impressed that you know that.
Zoom, Z.
Take him on tour
I like
with you,
the
please.
puss to Kelly was like,
I'm like,
how am I supposed to
whoa.
react to this?
He's hot. Kelly Osbourne here tonight. Changed his name of the CD. Going to start the European tour. We haven't really even talked about the Osbournes at all. Now that you're not sick of tired of
They're
talking
coming
about
back
that.
next month to start again.
And this the fourth season?
Yeah.
And they start. Let's just figure out the schedule here.
I was thinking that.
They invade your house starting when?
I think next month
Next month.
For how long?
until they get everything they need.
Like 6 months, 5 months?
Mm-hmm.
5-6 months.
Well, it can go, if a lot of stuff happens, it can have a month.
Oh, really?
But if it's kind of slow, it can take 6 months, you know?
You mean if you have a fruitful and an eventful, crisis-filled month, they can be out of there in a month and a half?
Yeah.
Wow.
It depends of what goes on, you know, because they film 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, if we just sat on the couch, they're just filming us sat on the couch, and no one wants to watch that, you know? Kelly sat on the couch from,
right,
you know?
That Osbourne film, I mean, the Mary-Kate and Ashley film's coming out like in May, April,
I know,
May.
my brother's
And that'll be in the new Osbourne.
Oh, yeah, because Drew did that in Jackson that as well.
Yeah.
Now, what movie was Jack working on season number 2 when he went off and they filmed something?
He was doing Dawson's Crack.
Oh, wait a minute. We did that.
Yeah. Same episode? No. He was coming like right after us or something.
He
right?
was?
I remember hearing about it.
I remember seeing it on the Osbournes, and then I remember seeing us on the Osbournes. I think we've been on the first couple of seasons when they're in studio here. But anyway, so there's guys sleeping in your house. They have
No,
a
they don't
room?
sleep there. They're usually in the garage, and there's different shifts. There's 3
Right.
crews, so every 8 hours is a turnover. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like no one actually sleeps there.
So they're there 24 hours.
Basically, yeah.
And is there? I mean, I'm sure it gets old pretty fast. But what do you dread most? I mean, is there a certain? I guess
I
there's
have
a certain
whole thing where
situation
I
that you
hate
dread.
being outside of the house with the cameras.
Right.
I hate it. I freak out. If I'm not in a familiar surrounding with them,
Right.
I can't do it, and I freak out because I hate like being
same.
pushed out of the way by some kid who wants to get in front of the camera to say hi, mom. You know, it's like it's annoying.
Right.
Because like you're just trying to go about your life and do your thing. You know.
Right. And so I couldn't imagine. And then there's cameras set up in all the rooms too, right?
Most of the rooms.
And I mean, what about your privacy? I know what privacy, but I
But I was
just
about to say what privacy, and you know what it is? I have nothing to hide, so I don't care.
But what about when you get out of the shower?
Oh,
and
they're not there.
And you're in your bathrobe. I mean, you're in the bathroom, and you want to walk into your room.
Then I'll just like give me 5 minutes. They won't be like they're really, really good about that kind of stuff.
Okay, and but there are fixed cameras that are set up about the house, right?
Yeah, I refuse to have one in my room.
So not in your room.
No,
Okay.
because it's like,
Are you and Jack fighting, Les?
pardon?
Are you and Jack fighting,
We
Les?
actually are, since he has been going through the program and stuff. I mean, he's really changed, and he's great, and he doesn't fight with me anymore. We get along usually really well, and it's been really great. You know, I have my brother back.
This is going to be the last season then if they're not fighting. One of you's got to get hopped up and go at each other. I'm telling you, that's the best part.
Is Amy going to be in this season?
Oh, yeah.
No.
What about the third sis? Nothing?
I don't have a relationship with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened? She's bitter.
She's a very bitter person. Yeah. She's not very nice.
She started dating Bert.
You know what?
That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
can I tell you something? She would be perfect for him.
But you know, listen,
really?
I have met your
They're
sister,
both nice.
and for a civilian outside of your family, she's delightful.
Really?
She comes
Yeah.
across delightful to people that she doesn't know.
I'm just saying.
That's just what a
Okay,
bitch would do.
That's what it's like. She won't be rude to you if she
I
doesn't
mean,
know
but
you.
she is like.
But do you know what it is? She's one of
sweet
those
and
people.
quiet and
No.
I mean, that's how she comes across.
Yeah,
That's-
she's like one of those people that like. I'm perfect and I wear khaki pants and speak with a very, very proper English accent, and I don't do anything bad.
Yeah.
Because she's embarrassed of us, I feel like.
She
I
thinks
feel like
she's better than you.
She thinks that she's so much better than us. But ask her, have you ever had a job? Have you ever done anything to help anyone else?
Ask her.
And she couldn't.
Oh.
Couldn't say yes.
Weakest link.
Does she have a relationship with Jack now that he's sober?
My brother does not. My
Still
brother
no.
just likes him more than I do, I think.
Wow.
Wow, that's saying a lot. Is she? Do you think she's jealous?
I think that she is, yeah.
So it was one of these things where something came
But
up.
she's a very insecure person, so she
Right.
would never do
Doesn't
it.
come. All right, but an opportunity came around. She was asked to be included on it. She sort of said, "No, this is not for me. I wouldn't lower myself to that level."
No,
and
she
the next
said
thing you
she
know,
said that they're exploiting you.
okay,
and they're
whatever it is, it turned into a runaway hit. Everyone has recording contracts now.
But she could stop in anytime she
Like,
wants.
for example, this is the type of
But
stuff
that would
she
be
does.
admitting she
She's
was
like,
wrong.
Yeah.
she's like, Mom, I want you to buy me a house. Mom, I want you to buy me a house. Please buy
But
me a house.
they're pretty conflicted. Your mom and Amy, yes.
Yeah. But my mom, seriously, loves her more than
course.
anything in the
course.
whole
Of
entire
course.
world.
Of course.
And will do anything for her.
More
you know?
than you? More than you and Jack?
I think she has a different kind of love for my
Don't-
sister.
don't
Drew,
create more
Drew
problems.
likes one of his three kids better. I
but
can't
that's-
say who.
That's
Douglas,
true, though. She
but-
does. She doesn't love any of us more,
Right.
but she will do more. I go out of her way to do more things for her than any of us because she
Right.
knows that we'll be fine. You know.
Yeah, she feels like
But
she's
for example,
compensating.
this is what I'm saying. My sister's like, I want a house. Buy me a house. I want a house. Buy me a house. My parents buy her a house. Then she goes around to all of her friends saying, my parents only bought me a house because they feel guilty.
Oh, I see.
And they're
That's
being like,
settled.
guilty for what? You like, you're nuts.
Yeah. It's tough. I know. And also, whenever
She
you
tries to create like I'm the Cinderella.
when you do things for
You know?
people, when you give them houses and stuff, it always ruins. They ironically are more angry at you if you hadn't than if you hadn't given them a house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's like the mom that stays behind when the dad leaves. The mom's the one that the kid is mad at.
Right. All right. Is she moving forward with a singing career?
She doesn't do anything.
Does nothing.
Nothing.
Wow, we
She did one movie,
We could
and she
hang.
hated doing it because she thought she had to do something,
Right.
and she said she never wanted to do it again.
What'd she do in the movie?
She was in The Wuthering Heights. She played a bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
She
that.
was up. I met her in Vancouver.
Ah.
Is that where they did it?
No.
Oh.
They did
She said
it
she
in,
was doing a
like-
movie up there when I ran into her.
She might have been ice fishing up there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So,
How'd
Drew,
you know?
you say she was a delight, but as it turns out, you were wrong.
You know
again.
what? No,
Mhm.
she is very, very nice to people who she doesn't know.
Okay.
You
well,
know, and she's. But when, for example, when she feels uncomfortable around somebody, she'll just switch on to bitch mode and will not say a word, and I'll just be like, "What happened to you? Like, why are you being like this?" Because no one has ever done anything to her.
Right.
It's like all in her head.
Yeah. All right. Well, good times. Making me feel better about my family. Rachel,
Hi.
you're 21.
Yes, I am.
Been on hold for 122 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yes, I have.
God bless you. What's up?
I actually have a question, I guess, for Dr. Drew. Last night I noticed that I have a vaginal rash, and I get, vaginal itching occasionally, maybe every month or so. It lasts for a couple days and kind of goes away, but this is an actual rash, and it's red all over, and it's actually, I'm sorry?
And it's on the outside or the inner areas?
It's on the outside, and it goes all the way up. If I look on even the sides of the labia, I guess it's called.
I don't mean to be rude, and don't take this to offense or anything, but do you shower every day?
Oh, yes.
Have you had a new sexual partner recently?
No, not at all. I've had the same boyfriend and I've been sleeping with him for about a year.
Are you using, weird soap or something?
No, no, I haven't done anything differently. It's also got, the skin's peeling, too, a little bit.
Yeah, it makes me worry about herpes, I got to tell you. And sometimes a guy may have it and not know it and
or
become
do you go in
active and
tanning
transmit
beds?
Yeah, what about the tanning beds? I like to picture that.
Or
do you go in tanning beds?
No, I don't.
Or this maybe he strayed and gave you something that way.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe this is just some, as Kelly, the path she's going down, some sort of irritation or allergic
like a
reaction.
soap or like a laundry detergent or something?
But it's very hard to evaluate rashes over the time.
I've never really had peeling skin around that area, so I really wouldn't know.
The peeling just means inflammation. It's just an inflammatory reaction. And the question is there some sort of virus causing it?
Well,
or just
what
allergic reaction?
what about your boyfriends? He been stepping out on you?
No.
You say no because you don't know. You should say I don't know.
Is he the cheating kind?
No, actually not.
No.
How dare you?
Well, I just mean, is he kind of nerdy? You girls know. Look.
Nerdy?
Well, I just mean there's guys who can get laid and oftentimes will, and then there's the guys who only you are merciful enough to actually bed down with.
So, I have a question.
That's
peeling
Rachel's
because
case.
she has a swollen vagina?
Inflamed. The surface of the skin inflames and it sloughs the top.
Good times, though. Yeah.
I looked it up on the internet too. Could it be what do they call it? Vaginal infection?
Vaginitis?
Yeah,
Well, it could be vaginitis.
There's really something called vaginitis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Inflammation.
I got it. I got one.
It's very common. And vaginitis, again, yes, it can be a sexually transmitted disease, can be Candida or yeast, but that's just on the inside. That wouldn't typically cause an eruption on the outside, though sometimes yeast can. So, yeah, it could be.
I would go get tested for STDs if I were you, because someone could tell you instead of just sat there
You
wondering.
could also quickly go get a yeast kit over the counter and start that, see if it helps, and then get it back.
No, if you have something wrong down there, instead of just testing to see if something's going to help it, just go to a doctor and they'll tell you. So you'd have to sit there and wonder if you have something wrong with your bits.
Yes. What do you have a bits doctor, Rachel?
I'm sorry?
It'd be referred to, Adam, as a doctor for your bits.
Do you have a doctor for your bits? Do you have a specialist?
A gynecologist.
A gynecologist?
No, I don't.
Get one.
See, that's the thing about we're so jaded by our callers. We know.
Yeah. Do you have a regular doctor? You see?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Talk to her.
Got to be a thrill for the regular doctor who doesn't get to see a lot of vag to have that pop in. 21.
Thrill. Yes, thrill.
I've been knowing you since you were 11. Oh, I see. Problem where? Hold on my calls, nurse. Let me wash my hands and slap on a little Aquavella. It's going to be great. I mean, there's got to be an element of that. Yes,
No.
Yes, yes. Because as a gynecologist, you're burnt out on the snatch. Yes.
I just think that it's kind of like
a
doctor is so used to seeing that I don't really
You got to think
feel-
that. Keep thinking that.
No, it becomes
And
the same.
that's why I would
Kelly
never go to a
Osbourne.
male gynecologist
It
because I
become-
think male gynecologists are just perverts, to be totally honest with
Absolutely.
you.
100%. Every one of them except for the Asian and Indian guys. Those guys aren't. They have no feelings, right?
Let's take a break.
They're robots who look at your vagina. It's true. It's true. That's been bred out of them. But the white guys and the black guys, you got to keep an eye on them.
I just think that it's kind of like, it's like any doctor that says, okay, I'm going to be a vagina doctor
Well,
and I'm a man.
that's
It's just
right.
like-
They're surgeons, though. They're surgeons. They deliver babies.
Yeah, they're porn
That's really
surgeons,
that's what they
true,
train.
and they stare up young women's skirts for a living, and
They
they
get to
get
touch
paid, and they
and look at
touch, and
vagina
they
all
fondle,
day.
and they feel. And some guys are like,
How many cases
let
have
me
you
feel
seen,
a boob.
I read
Yeah.
about in the papers of guys who just molest
Millions.
their patients
Probably
who are gynecologists? There's a lot of them.
hundreds
Really?
of billions,
There really is.
thousands of
But
billions.
there's lots of all kinds of doctors that do that stuff, and all kinds of teachers, and,
Yeah, but
and I hate them
especially
all.
gynecologists.
Jillions of gazillions.
Because they have pussy in their face all day.
That's true. And you know what? Once you get a taste for it, Drew, you become like an animal. You can't get it out of you.
Where can I go to finishing school?
Where'd you go to finishing school? Back in England?
Even
There's a British thing.
On the East Coast.
There's definitely a British tone to this.
Could have been Massachusetts area. Okay.
Yeah, could have been New England. Yeah,
all
you're
right. All right. But look, Dennis.
Pine Manor.
What about Dennis? These guys are the number one guys for feeling chicks up.
While they're asleep.
Yeah.
I know.
You can't go to the dentist.
See, I'm terrified of dentists.
Yeah.
When I got kicked out of my dentist, he won't refuse to see me because I kicked him when he tried to stick. I freaked out.
Penis.
I'm terrified of the dentist.
What did he try to put in your mouth?
Like needles, because he was pulling my teeth, and I hated it.
No.
And I was crying. I didn't, because that's my biggest fear is the people to in my face, you know.
Yeah. No.
And he like.
Yeah.
I don't even bother.
I don't know
It's
why.
just like your dream thing, like anything that can like be turned towards like having penis and mouth.
I'm
You know,
not,
it's like
no, that's Drew's thing. That's not my thing. But what I'm saying is when you go to the dentist, you got to figure at some point someone's going to put something
I
in your
don't
mouth.
think that I would ever go and be put to sleep if I
didn't have a guard there.
Yeah, if I didn't have someone like watching and make sure that he was doing the right thing.
Oh, really?
It's reasonable.
I swear to Christ, I go to the dentist, I get put to sleep. I pray I wake up with the guy's balls in my mouth instead of both his hands and one foot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you'd rather have the.
I'd rather have this.
I'd
I'd rather get the tea bag than the crowbar, than the power drill. All right, let's take a little break. Kelly Osbourne in studio tonight. Doesn't like the gyno, doesn't like the dentist. That doesn't leave much. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, everybody now.
LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Kelly Osbourne is our guest tonight. She's going to be running in here in just 1 second. We have a call coming up. Last time...
Sorry.
That's all right, Kelly. We got a call that's going to be germane to what I'm about to say, which was last time Kelly was in the studio, or maybe it was the time before. I was explaining to her how chicks don't know anything about war, and guys do. And then she went on to yell at me about studying war, but then didn't know who was fighting in World War II. So I claim that as a victory.
No, that's not what I said.
I claim that as a victory. What did you say?
I said that was such a generalization.
A generalization. But then you said you knew a lot about World War II.
Yeah, I said I knew quite a bit because of my dad.
All right.
A lot isn't everything.
All right. Do you know more than you did before?
I don't know.
Okay.
So as if I sat there and studied the war.
We're not going to put you to the test.
We got a call.
But we do have a call.
Hey, that's not true that I didn't know who fought in World War II.
Well, who did fight?
It was a world war.
So that's everybody. But Mars not included? No, but who was on the good
Wait,
side?
that's so stupid.
Who were the
But
bad
that's like the
side?
stupidest thing you've ever said.
No,
Mars
not.
wasn't included because Mars is not the world.
All right.
That would be the universe.
Well, who are on the
All
allies?
right. I'm sorry. Who was on the good side? Who was on the bad side?
America and England, like the good side. The bad side was like Germany because the Nazis took over Sweden. Not Sweden, Sweden was neutral.
But Germany and who? Germany had two friends.
It wasn't Russia.
All right.
True.
It's true.
I know this could drive me nuts now.
Switzerland is a neutral one, by the way.
I thought, no, Sweden wasn't neutral. Amsterdam wasn't neutral either.
Not sure about that. We're digging deep into the
No, because think about that's where
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank was in Amsterdam.
Well,
that
that's
wasn't
a good
neutral.
point. That's a good point. All right. So,
Poland,
good or bad?
bad.
Oh. Why would Germany invade Poland first thing if they were bad?
Well, because they took it over. That's the thing.
They became bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Became bad.
Okay. All right. Germany and who else?
Japan.
Oh, there you go.
Japan. All right. We're good. I stand corrected.
There's one of their.
So, you got Germany, Poland, and Japan. What about Italy? What side are they on? Good, bad?
Bad.
Bad. All right.
There we go.
Samantha,
Yes.
what's up?
Oh,
You're
that was
22.
yes.
Just to start off, Russia was initially an Axis power. Yes,
They were
at
Almost.
first.
They were
They-
almost,
they-
weren't they?
Up until 41, actually. They were an Axis
they'd go
power,
back,
and
yes.
there was
See,
a
girls
bit of
do
a-
know about war too.
Well, that Samantha is a history major. She's called the Challenge
No,
Adam.
I'm actually an international relations major, and my emphasis is strategy and war theory.
Ooh,
All right.
There we go.
Well, listen, I went
And
to
I'm
North
a
Carolina.
philosophy major as well, so.
A what?
I'm a philosophy major.
Yeah. What kind of philosophy?
Doesn't matter. You never end up doing anything.
It's general
like
up
that.
here in undergrad.
You just argue with people. Drew, please.
Did not
Exactly.
I'm sure she's just husky. All right, go ahead. What's that?
What makes you think because she's smart that she has to be fat?
You don't have to be, but it helps.
So
That's all I'm
Samantha,
saying.
you going to challenge Adam?
Yeah, I'm wondering what question you could ask me about World War II or really any war that I can't answer.
Any war.
Ooh.
Go for it. Anything since about, let's go 900 BC.
Wow.
All right.
We're impressed.
All right. Let's see.
Tactics I'm especially good at, and strategy, of course.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Tactics. All right.
Strategy's
Let's
best.
see. Okay, I'll ask you something.
What was the first major battle of the Civil War? American Civil War.
Oh, the first political battle?
No, first military battle.
The first military battle should have been...
Ooh, should
the
have
S
been.
Ooh.
All right, you don't know
If
this
she
one.
doesn't know this, I'm gonna feel so bad.
Well, let's go back to World War. What war you specialize in?
Let's go World War II.
The specialties are actually this century.
This century. Okay.
This century.
And then the minor skirmishes. My real specialty is things, mainly guerrilla warfare. I'm looking at like El Salvador, Nicaragua,
You're overweight.
Panama. Look at
What was the name of the famous road in Vietnam that the?
This will lay up.
I hope so.
Go ahead. Famous road that all the services, all the goods were brought down.
That the Viet Cong is hung out on.
Yes.
I can hardly hear you guys.
Well, what was okay?
What was the famous road that what?
Yeah, who were we allied with, North or South in Vietnam?
I'm sorry?
Okay.
I can
This is going to be
hardly
tough.
hear you.
In Vietnam.
Yes.
In Vietnam, who were we allied with?
North or South?
It was initially the French that fought the war that got into
North or South
It was the
Vietnam?
Ho Chi Minh Trail that was the
There we
major.
go. Okay. All right.
The major road. If that was what you were saying.
Yes. All right. What was the name of the ship that Senator McCain blew up with his A4?
Oh,
does this really have to be
crimey. That is
like
such
session
pointless
right now?
Well, it was a
idea.
huge event of Vietnam.
That one I don't.
Can we just tell everyone that he's really, really smart so we don't have to sit here and waste our time talking about this?
All right. Wait.
He's the smartest guy in the entire world.
I do. I remember just his major. That wasn't so important as.
Well, it was a pretty big deal.
She got the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
All right, you got the Ho Chi Minh. All right, we're fine with that.
Bye.
All right, give me 3 planes that we flew in Vietnam.
Oh, cripes! Goodness, you ask every question that I can't get.
Well, you ask Adam something, see if he can answer it.
Hey,
Let's see if she.
I'm just asking basic questions.
No, let's ask
though.
Samantha. You ask a question, see if Adam
It's
can.
not so much hardware that I'm good with. Let's see. Who were the?
You knew everything a second ago.
Who was? Okay, here's a World War II question for you. Who were the? It was an SS faction that both led battles and were responsible for propaganda along the lines.
Brown
of trying-
shirts. The brown shirts.
Wrong.
Thank you.
Not the
Try
brown
again.
Who?
Starts with an A.
I don't know. Tell us the
Honor
answer.
Never.
The what?
Honor Never. That's an easy one.
All right. That's such an easy one that no one has ever heard of it.
I've never heard of that.
Probably another word for the brown shirts, by the way.
You're
Look
fat.
at that. I know how was that spelled.
Wait, we have to take a break.
I'll
look it up on the web.
Why do you have
get
to
it
insult her
pronounced?
by calling her fat because you couldn't get a question?
Drew did that.
You
we'll
did
take
it.
a quick break. We'll be right back.
Overweight.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline. The Dateline.
877-889-DATE.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1105 Alternative, San Francisco.
Well, that's the show, everybody. I want to thank the delightful Kelly Osbourne for coming in here tonight. You've really blossomed as a young lady.
Thank you.
It was a delight
She
having
takes
you in.
all the things she was thinking, all the awful things she was thinking about
Takes
you
them all back, doesn't she? All right, you come back anytime you like. Changes, name of the new CD. Go out and get that. You can see Kelly if you're one of our European listeners in the next few weeks. And,
Do you really have European listeners?
No.
No.
But they may be going to
some internet people. Yeah.
Do you really broadcast this on the internet?
No, that's all right. Somebody does, I'm sure.
People do send tapes around.
Yeah.
Come on, Drew. Don't take
No,
the air out of my bubble.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I just popped it. I'm sorry.
So, until next time, this is Adam Cole for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
You know.
Of course it's weird. You have someone's dick in your
Asshole. This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.